grew up in Loma Linda and really lived with my grandma. So.
Awesome. And then we have...
I'm Corey Woolley. Related to the guy on the end. Born and raised Roland Heights, still live there.
Hey!
So, with all the other Roland alumni in the building.
We were also supposed to have Dr. Bruce Shin come here. He's actually my mentor. He's the one that taught me everything that I know. But he called me right before this, and his youngest son his baseball game got rescheduled, and it was his kickoff t-ball game. So he was asking me, he goes, "Oh my gosh, I'm torn. Do I come here or do I go to my son's baseball game?" And I told him, I said, "Family first, Bruce. Family first."
Yeah.
I said, there will be tons more of these things, but you'll never get another first experience with your little guy. So he sends his regards, and I'll take his place because he taught me all this stuff. So never mind. But what we wanted to do is we wanted to get all these guys up on stage. We have, Chris, who's a CrossFit expert. Okay, so Chris, I want you to tell us, when you first started with the Better Body System, why did you even take a look at it? You're such a fit guy in the first place. You're such a fit guy in the first place. Did you have anything to lose? As far as weight-wise?
In terms of weight-wise, I didn't really have anything that I needed to lose. I was in a good place. I was eating very, very clean. The one question that I was looking for was, I was looking for more energy, and I was looking for more results. And I had gone to some nutrition experts that at my gym, and they gave me a list of things. They've given me a list of fat burners, sleep aids, protein shakes, a list of everything that we use here with Yoli. And so I started using them, and I was getting moderate results. And then when Freddie here introduced me to the program with the mindset of we wanted to get to that guy over there, in the long run, was like, what do you think? What's your opinion on this? And then it slotted in with all the things that I've been using. I go, okay, well, I'm already spending X amount of dollars buying supplements like this. Here's a program that's comprehensive that has all the same things. So I said, let's give it a go. So leading into my Yoli experience, I had been working out for about 3 months, 6 times a week, and eating very, very clean and using supplements in the same categories. And I lost about 3% body fat. And it was working. So worst case scenario, I use Yoli, it works or it doesn't work, I can go back there and I'll be fine. In 28 days, I lost another 3% body fat. I went from 12 when I first started, and then 3 months later I was at 8, and then on Yoli, I got down to 5. So instantly, and then I had to keep continuing to up my calories. I was up to about 2,500 calories a day. 30 ounces of protein might be too much, but trying to hit my calorie goal and trying to eat with the cycling that the program has, and I was fighting to lose weight. Overall, I gained a pound. I gained 3 pounds of muscle, lost 4 pounds, like 4 pounds of fat. So in that sense, the way that my body changed. So I was a believer, and then we dragged that guy in.
Now, when you first started with the kit, were you still at the same exercising at the same intensity level at CrossFit?
Yeah, I do a boot camp style all the time, and I do it 6 times a week, and I went in, and I was going to start on a Monday morning, and I went to the gym just like normal. I continued to work 6 times a week. I didn't take a break. And it's odd to hear all the stuff that happens the first week, because I had none of that. I continued to work out, I didn't have any headaches, I didn't have anything, but I was already eating in a very, very, very clean manner. And it didn't affect the workout at all, except later in the week, I felt like I had more juice.
Yeah.
And like I was using different pre-workout type things, and I didn't feel anything with those.
Awesome. So your whole purpose of doing it was to be, I guess, the trailblazer for this guy over here, right?
Yeah, I was looking for energy, which I found, and I was like, if this works for me, I want to make that guy try, because you'll hear later, he was a little bit bigger.
So with that, Corey, when you first heard him starting it and knowing that he wanted you to try it, what did you think?
Well, when I actually started the week of Thanksgiving.
That's not.
Fun time.
That's hard. That's a hard way to start.
That's a fun time to start.
Yeah.
And when I showed up to Freddie's house for a BBP, I felt like it was an intervention. I was exhausted because I had been up since 6 a.m., had to be up at 6 a.m. the next day, and I sat there like this. Can we go now? I don't have money for this. Can we go?
Anybody ever seen that or heard that before?
Yeah.
Yeah, of course you have, Freddie. Okay, so my brother gave me my first kid. I started the week of Thanksgiving. When I started, I don't know exactly what my starting weight was, because my scale lied. 2.5 weeks in, my brother brings over a different scale. And I look at it, and it said 286. And I was pissed. Almost wanted to throw the other scale through the wall. But I was more pissed at myself, because I had never thought that I got up to 300 pounds. So I'm setting my starting weight at 300 pounds. The week of Thanksgiving, I started the Monday. I did the first kit, had some great results. Took 2 weeks off, started my second kit, finished that last week. I've had this week where I'm off of the kit, and I'll probably be starting my third kit on Monday. So I'm taking some time off in between. And I did bring something that Daniel requested, and a lot of you have seen a picture on Facebook. But so you know, before I show this, I weighed myself today. I am down 54 pounds in just over 3 months.
Yeah.
Now, I have a pair of jeans here. This is what I wore a year ago. Size 38. Currently I'm wearing 38 and I have to keep pulling them up.
Yeah. All right.
Not only that, I'm wearing his old shirt. It's the first time in my life that I've ever had hand-me-downs from my older brother. Before, he could never call me his little brother. I was always the younger brother because he could hide behind me. So my goal currently is to actually be under 200 pounds before October. And since I've done 2.5 months and am down 54 pounds, I think that's totally doable. So I'm very happy with inspiring so many of my friends to come and do this. And one of them's in the audience right now, that my brother actually gifted him a pack. And his name's Wade. And he's like another brother of ours. And I'm very excited that he's finishing week 2 tomorrow. And he's down 24.4 pounds. So that's one of the biggest things, is getting out to all my friends that I know are in bad health, need some help, and just to help them be around a lot longer. Because I'm sick of losing people.
There you go.
So, in all honesty, Corey, where do you think you would be, you know, in the next 5 to 10 years had not your brother taken that courage to, you know, to call you over to a
Still, well, before I started this, I just stayed in my bedroom all day long, just in bed. And yeah, he's a workout maniac. I'm lazy as all. I shouldn't play video games. I actually am going to school right now. Gonna graduate after the semester that starts on Monday with a degree in radio broadcasting. Yeah. Some people say I have a voice for it. I don't get it. But I would probably be in considerable amounts of pain, because the one part that I neglected to tell everybody, I actually have gout in both of my ankles. And what Dr. Mike was saying about the Aqualite and helping with the uric acid, this whole week I didn't have any Aqualite, and 2 days ago I started feeling it. So I actually pulled a bottle out of one of my kids and started popping it, and today I feel like I could go run around the building if I really need to. Doesn't mean I'm going to, but if I need to, I will. So, if he didn't get me onto it, I don't know exactly where I would be other than bedridden or trying to use my cane to walk around. Because I feel so much better now, so much energy, and I'm out doing a lot of stuff that I wasn't doing regularly. So,
He's living.
yeah.
Thanks, Lloyd. Okay, you have an amazing story. I mean, when Amanda first sent me the picture, I was actually blown away, first of all. And, but it actually proves her point of what Yoli can do for your body when I say that Yoli's not a weight loss system, it's a health gaining system. So, share with us your story on what you went through with your transformation.
With my transformation, I don't remember it because my brain was so dead. I went to my cousin's house and I was anorexic and I was bulimic and I was really, really bad, and I just remember it being so bad that you could feel your insides dying. It's really weird. But I remember the night she came to pick me up, I couldn't drink water or anything. I couldn't keep anything in. The minute I had the shake, I was able to keep it in. So it made me feel a lot stronger and realize, like, wow, I actually am that weak. And didn't realize it. And then, like, my first week, like, it was just crazy. It was, like, sweating so much, like getting out of me, and just, like, my body was taking it in. And I think I gained, like, 16, 15 pounds in the first week, something like that. Wow.
You guys heard that, right? She gained 16 pounds her first week. So, that's awesome.
And then I kind of just kept gaining weight slowly, and in 2 months' time, I went from 74 pounds to 101 pounds.
Wow.
And I haven't really faltered. I've just stuck with the system, and it just gave me it just gave me a scheduled thing. It has all when you're supposed to do things, when you're supposed to take your passion, your shakes and stuff like that. And it really helped having a scheduled thing, because if I didn't have a scheduled thing, I don't think I would be alive, and I don't think I'd be better. It just helps so much, just having that. And then the products are amazing. They taste good, and it teaches you to eat healthy. So it was really good. So.
Wow.
Give it up for her. How did you find that you felt overall, I mean, through the system and post, completing your first transformation kit?
I felt so much better. I felt stronger. I felt like I was like just even walking around. I felt better. I didn't feel like I was like in a faint or anything. I just felt overall just stronger and a lot healthier and mentally healthier too, as well as physically.
Yeah. Yeah. Thank you for your story. I mean, yeah, when I first saw those pictures, I was like, oh my gosh, this is amazing. You know. Next up is Dr. Kelly. Now, Dr. Kelly she's one of our newest members, guys, and she has some pretty amazing stories as well. And she's definitely nervous of being up here. So we're not going to ask her hard questions, but we are going to ask her why. First of all, why even take a look at Yoli? You know, from a healthcare perspective, why even take a look at Yoli when there's, you know, we get bombarded every day with different companies and all that kind of stuff, and there's thousands of different things. But so why Yoli? You know?
Well, Bruce is a mentor of mine as well. So he called me up and he told me that he came across a new program, a detox program that was whole food. And then he went on to tell me that you can lose 7 to 15 pounds in 7 days. And then I was like, on whole foods? How are you gonna do that? But it's Bruce and I trust him, so I gave it a shot. I went out to his office, I met Dr. Mike, and then I realized the importance of the pH and how that's going to affect your enzymes and your hormones and cell receptors. And if that's not working properly, you're going to get sick. You're going to be overweight. You're going to be unhappy. So at first I went in skeptical, and I thought, let me just use it myself, see how it works. And then after meeting Dr. Mike, I had this long list in my head of my parents, my sisters, my aunts, my uncles, my patients, all these people that I knew needed the system. And I guess the most successful story I've had is with my mom. I've been trying to get my parents to adopt a healthy lifestyle for the last 7 or 8 years. Just small changes, going out for walks, not eating out, not eating takeout, not going to McDonald's. And nothing I tried to get them to do stuck. Everything was too hard. Everything was too difficult in that they couldn't have what they wanted. But luckily, I showed them this program, and they saw the schedule and the outline, and they realized this is not that hard. And maybe it's the timing, because I'm getting married in August, so they want to lose weight and look good. So I'm okay with that, because I know that if they do this and lose the weight, they're going to get healthy at the same time. So I gave them the program. They started it. They just finished their 3rd week. My dad's lost 12 pounds and 8 inches overall. And he's just happy, he feels good. He's like, I'm 2 belt notches down. My clothes fit better. I'm gonna look so good at your wedding. He always talks about how he looks good. He doesn't pay attention to me at all. And then my mom, I think it was my 4th year of Pyro school. She actually had a minor heart attack. And that was the eye-opener for me, because she has a heart condition, and throughout childhood I remember going to the ER, but I was too young to really understand. And this was the first time that I realized, wow, my mom's not going to be around forever. And so I really wanted to do whatever I could to make sure she was around. So with the program, she's lost about 6 pounds. She's lost 2 inches off her waist and off her hips. But most importantly, her blood sugar is normalizing. When we started 3 weeks ago, she was blood sugar was above normal, 132, on 10 units of insulin. And now she's down to 5 units, and her blood sugar last night was 60. So she's actually moved on there. and making their own food are now doing all of that. And they've actually committed to, my mom's committed to staying on the program until she's insulin free. Very
Tell us your story on when you're on the kit.
What do you want to know?
You jumped on it. I know you and Jason jumped on it. And how did you guys do? Your first couple days, and how did you guys feel?
Well, I've done other detox programs in the past. I've had headaches and felt weak and hungry and tired, but this was the first time I actually had more energy, more focus. The first 2 days, I guess I was amped up on passion, so I couldn't sit down. I ate the whole house. I don't know, my focus is better, and I think even my confidence is up. My practice is taking off. People are coming in, because people my age, they don't care about health. That's the sad part, but they do want to lose weight and look good. So all these people from high school are calling me, and they're coming in, and they want to do the program. But in getting that traffic in, I'm getting also more chiropractic patients. So it's building my practice.
Here's a question I get frequently from people is, how do I approach my doctor, my medical doctor, or how do I approach my chiropractor? And my answer is always the same to that. It's the exact same way that you would approach your mom or dad, brother or sister, your close friend. It's exactly the same. We're actually real people. So, strike up, like I always come from a standpoint of friendship, and build that trust. And basically use the system exactly the way that it's being taught. Get them over to a party, do a party for them. There's nothing different. Nothing different, that we did for Dr. Kelly when she saw it. You don't have to go through this whole elaborate backdoor scheme of trying to be a pharmaceutical sales rep or anything like that. It's just showing how it can help patients. First of all, how it can help you, and then how it can help your patients as well. Because you guys know the power of what the Better Body System can do and what Yoli's products can do for you, and then what it can do for the practice as well. You heard it's helping practice. How did it help your practice, by the way?
Just mainly bringing more people to the office. It's just a way to get them in. And then I talk to them about their health and chiropractic, and we realize how important it is.
Awesome. And I don't know how much more to stress this to everybody, but you guys heard stories up here of people's lives that were transformed. And you've heard people who didn't necessarily need the transformation kit, but it still helped out. And you've heard people who they didn't really need it. Now imagine if this wasn't shared to Corey, this wasn't shared to Kate. What would happen, guys? That's the kind of questions that burns in my mind every single night. That's the kind of questions that has to burn in your mind every single night is, who are you not talking to that needs it right now? Because you have somebody's life on the line. You hold somebody's life in your hands. So when people ask me, is it expensive, or when they're looking at an application and they're looking at a party pack and it's $9.97 or $36.97 for a Diamond Elite pack, I don't even look at those numbers, guys. I look at how many lives we can transform and how many lives we can save. That's the mindset of the things that we need. So throw away the numbers and throw away all that kind of stuff and figure out how to save a person's life. Because, you heard it here, and this is priceless, right? How much would you pay for that? You can't put a price on that, guys. To hear Kate's story, that's priceless. For $297 or $279 with tax and shipping, that's a drop in a bucket, guys. I lost my grandmother at age 61. There isn't a day that goes by that I wouldn't pay, a Diamond Elite pack or more to have her back. And I know this would have helped her. But I didn't have that chance. Everybody has that chance right now for that. Dr. Kelly's mom, I mean, you guys should see her pictures. She looks amazing. Her parents are probably going to outshine her at the wedding. They keep going, you know, like, they got to tone it down a little bit, you know, they're going to take over the bride's day, but, I mean, her mom has a new lease on life. And so, you know, I want you, you know, when they're walking around, pick their minds. Ask them questions and stuff like that, you know, about what they thought. You guys have anything else to add that you guys want to share with the audience? Any parting words of wisdom or advice? Said it all already, huh? Lost for words there. You guys sure? Well, I want you guys to give these guys a standing ovation, guys.